This is sophistication of it. Reputation precedes them. All right, watch this here. We go through life, right? We all want to have this reputation, reputation. And one thing I realized about this story about this martial artist guy. Hey, good to see you too, brother. Yes. He had a teacher, and he was a student. And the student respected the teacher. And the student was whipping up the teacher. And the teacher said, man, don't whip me. Don't take advantage of me, right? He tricked the student because he wound up beating the student. But the student had so much faith and respect for the teacher, but his reputation preceded, which means he wasn't living up to what he wasn't living up to who he really was.
His expectation.
Oh man. So that's why you can't put a lot of stock in people. Come on, man.
Unless you really feel as though they got your best interests at heart, that's something different.
I got you.
But if you see and feel as though they don't, just don't even fall into excuse my language, fall into their bullshit or their madness.
Good stuff.
Because people will try to play you out of position for yourself.
What you doing? Play you out of what?
Position.
Now watch this here now.
You gotta know what you stand for.
Yeah, precepts of the word positive. The access is play you out of thinking what? Positive. Which means they get you out of your character. Yeah. And then you start acting what? Negative.
Mm-hmm.
Disrespectful.
Or even like even acting like them.
Yeah. That's the challenge. So what I'm trying to say is that use all of this to your advantage, man. It is to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But
like your mother used to tell you back in the day, I don't want you hanging with him.
Yeah.
She seen something in him that we didn't see.
Yeah.
Now I understand that now.
I'll tell you something. People really don't want to talk about it.
Jealousy.
People are really socially illiterate. Let me tell you why. Because they don't know how to really interact. We've been trained to interact with one another, either being disrespectful, hostile, mean, rudeness, arrogant.
Yeah.
Huh? You don't think that's being displayed?
Yeah.
Huh?
Every day.
Yeah.
How about we just get to know one another before we judge? Because that's what a lot of it is about.
Well, that's it.
Jealousy, envy.
That's it. It's called judgment focus, which is an automatic distorted thought, which means in order to feel superior, I have to make someone feel what? Inferior. Huh? Yes.
That's how it worked though.
That's how it's being played out. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. But you got to use it to your advantage. Know that you are further ahead than what others or what you give yourself credit for. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Don't be deceived by people's success, man. Nah, man. Don't be deceived by their success, material success. Don't be deceived by it. Because you can't measure yourself by nobody else's standards. Huh? And we see what's going on. And we see how it is. And it's getting to, sometimes it gets to us, which is real. It gets to us. It bothers us. We can't act like it don't exist. But one thing I realized about healing, it does not mean that the damage never existed. It just means that it don't control you no more. That's healing.
A weak-minded person is more control.
But now you're on a point now where that you're becoming more stronger, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because you're becoming more
Focused
and aware. You're aware of it, man. Huh? And you're putting on you're putting the attention on where it needs to be. That is on yourself, as well as you're setting what? You're setting goals.
Okay.
You know where you want to go.
What you want to do.
And the manner and way in which you need to go about doing it is going to take individual steps to get there. It's not going to happen like Just like that.
It ain't gonna happen overnight. You gotta put in work.
You putting in the work now. And remember, anytime you are doing good, the opposite of doing good is bad. Something always trying to
Bring you down.
come right at you. At the same time, you're moving forward, something always trying to come at you to make you what? Back. So that means that once you're moving forward, something is trying to push you up, push you back. Huh?
Yeah. As the saying goes, I take 2 steps forward, something trying to push me 2 steps back.
But the thing is though, but remember, when you focus and you're strong enough, that which is pushing you, try to push you back, and you're strong enough, you know what you're doing?
Breaking through.
You're breaking all the time. Look at that. You just keep breaking through. Huh? That's all you're doing. You're breaking through. And every time you break through, the force that comes at you, remember at one time the force was coming at you stronger. Now it may not be coming at you as stronger than it once was. Why?
I know you heard the saying, oh, nobody said it was going to be easy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, someone says out of difficulty comes ease. There's a saying. Why? Because they say in the storm is all, it's crazy outside of a storm, right? Hurricane, tornado, whatever it is. But in the middle of it, what is it? It's calm, man.
Yeah, that's a hurricane.
Yeah, it's calm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the eye.
Yeah, ain't that something, man? So that means that maybe what you see must remain what? Calm and staying what? Focus. Stay calm. Stay cool. Because it is working itself out, whatever it is. You're getting stronger and stronger every second, every minute, as opposed to allowing yourself to be fooled and deceived as if you were getting what? Weaker, and you're not. But you see the weakness in others, don't you, man? Even they give the impression that they are what? Strong. Huh? So now you ain't being fooled no more now. Huh? That makes sense to you? Mm-hmm. So don't allow nothing or no one to continue to fool you nor deceive you, so you can sit back, man. There's an old saying, about the cow and the young cow and the old cow. The young cow saw all the young cows and he wanted to get everything. The old cow just sit back and let the young cow do its thing. I get him. I get one when I know it's right for me to get one. I may be telling the story wrong, but the old cow was wise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have it all like that. You could just sit back and pay attention. And remember, there's an old saying, let the video play itself out. Because it will. Now you're starting to see clearly now. Now, when you see clearly, it minimizes you from becoming frustrated, man. You get frustrated and you get what? Agitated. Now, I don't know, I'm not no farm guy. Do you got to agitate to make corn come about?
No.
What about wheat? I don't know. But when you washing clothes, the wash and the rinse is agitating each other, right? Some agitation going on, right?
And the middle of the thing is the agitation.
Now you're talking, right. So the agitation is getting the stuff out of the whatever it is that's on the filth that's out from the what?
Clothes.
From the clothes. So remember I says it's the intention behind which a person uses a thing. So we have to use it to our what? To our advantage, man. That's all. Don't you think that some people that wish they're using things, they're using it to their what?
Ability.
To their advantage. So that's all you're doing. That's all you got to do is just use this opportunity right now to your advantage. And you're doing that. You're doing it by being here. You're doing it by discussing it, just talking about it.
Yes.
This is serious business. So then you say then it says you be on the pathway toward what? Peace. That's a hell of a thing, right? When you climbing upwardly like this here, you don't want to go what?
Down.
You want to always go up. Huh?
I done been at my lowest. I ain't going there no more.
You see what I'm saying? That's that upward mobility. He says he ain't what? Going back to that's what you said too. And that's what you're saying. You're saying you don't want to. And that's why he says change people, places, and things. So you don't want to go up.
Damn. I'm gonna stay out.
You want to keep going what? As the song say, keep rising to the top.
Can I use an example that you took my first days that you came here teaching that I remember?
Yeah.
I baby you do what?
Outside the Crawford.
And with leads.
Oh yeah, he come out with the head first. Yeah.
Uh-huh. When
Yeah.
you stand up with his hat.
The head is on top.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I keep that up front.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Whatever tools that you give me, I use
Yeah, man.
in some form, shape, of my life.
Oh, please. Yes,
You
sir.
know, and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
alright with that
Yeah. Wow.
because it's working for me.
That's what's up,
You
man.
know, and I'm alright with it.
That's what's up.
And that's why in this meeting when you come,
Yeah.
I'm always trying to be here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because what you teach is knowledge and teaches how to fight in the world
Yes, sir.
with words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not these.
Yes, sir.
Words.
That's right. Yes, sir.
But you being smart with it. You just gotta listen to it. If you don't listen, you will miss it.
Yes, sir.
You really have to listen to it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Listen,
sir.
everything you do and say, there's something in it for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why I pay so close attention to you.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Honestly.
I'm humbled by that. Really am, man.
Man, you do the thing, and you're a very good teacher.
Yes, sir.
Seriously. But like I said, the key thing is just listening.
Yes, sir.
Because you can go over top of your head if you don't catch it.
Yes, sir.
I pay attention. I pay closely attention because the way you do it with words.
Yes, sir.
And it's working. It's working for me. I'm letting you know it's working for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I done talked to my wife about you, and you said whatever worked for you. But I said just one day I would like to hear you. I would like her to hear you speak and
Yes,
talk about the way you do it.
Yes, sir.
I never seen a person take words and make you learn. I mean, for something that I'm gonna have to use in going out in the street. Words.
Yes, sir.
And it makes sense.
Yes.
It's so simple, but the way you put it is just so smooth.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
I mean, honestly, I ain't trying to brown nose and nothing. Y'all might think that, but it's whatever worked for me. I'm taking it.
That's honorable, man. Actually, I, in all due respect, I do have a good history of that, and of helping. You know,
Yeah,
even this
I mean,
the way that I present. It's just that now it is starting to be very, for lack of words, starting to distinguish it, because for you to come and say that, that you don't know, that means a lot, because I work hard at what I do, whether people accept it or not. You don't think I would like to make $200, $300, $200, $400 million? Yeah. Listen, I will go. I can go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have that. I don't have that because I don't have that exposure. But am I giving up, not trying to help
Right.
those who I can't help?
Right.
No, I do my best. But if I was making that, more than likely, more people would have more respect for me then. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way of the earth, what if I say that's the way of the world. But certain brothers, certain people such as yourself, you see that and then you start to appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That's the value that we see in each other. That's why I say I promote the value. Because when it says I come to make the crooked places straight, that's perverted language. We live in a word oppressive environment. Word makes us who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go, there's the law dictionary. I don't know some of the words in the law. I don't know if they mean that, but they know it. But they use it to their what? To their advantage. Huh? They play on words. And they use it to manipulate you. I'm not saying nothing wrong with manipulation, but it's the manner and way in which you use the thing. Because people call esoteric knowledge. That means that they give off the impression that they think they know more than, more than what they give off the impression that they know more than you. And even if they do know more than you, they're using it to keep you subjected to them.
Oh. I can understand you. And can I just take it one place back to the day?
Yeah.
Slavery.
Yeah. No.
What they use? Words.
Yeah, they use
They did whip and stuff, but the words that what?
Yeah. Made you feel bad. They didn't want you to read, they didn't want you to learn
We
nothing.
didn't know nothing.
That's right. That's
But
right.
when they seen you reading and stuff,
Yeah.
they whip you or something
Yeah.
like things like in that nature.
Yeah.
But it's all about.
I'm telling you, man.
Go
Words
ahead,
make
man.
us.
Go
Words
ahead.
make us.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go
Words
ahead.
make us. And we have to realize that. You know, once we come to realize that, we can be better for it. Because when people always talk about falsehood, we think about, false, And falsehood is that when people sell you, they sell you cheap. They sell you short. That's falsehood. Because they use words and they play on words and they use knowledge to sell you cheap, to sell you short. That's what they're doing. That's false.
Gotcha.
I ain't talking about no true or false, how we normally say it. Yeah, that's false. That's true. They sell you. They sell you cheap, and we see that's what's going on. People are selling us cheap, and we're just tired of it. We're resisting it. Yourself. Come on, man. Yourself. Come on, man. Yourself. You're tired of it. And the way that we try to learn to deal with it, if we try to deal with it this way, we take a drug. Oh, we'll take a drug, then we get violent. We get hostile. Huh? Because we're tired of people trying to sell us cheap. Don't be fooled by people, man. Don't be fooled. Don't be looking at their exterior part. They got all that, man. That's just exterior stuff, man.
Materialist. We look at that, think they're better than us.
Nah, man, nah.
Something like that, and they get jealous.
Nah. They said one guy, shop guy, Plato's or Socrates, one of them, he says he walked around like with one shoe on and one shoe off or something. But he was a sharp dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you don't never play down nobody. You see a guy on the street, he's probably an intelligent guy. Something that's happening in his life that put him in a situation in which he is in. That's why we can learn from what? From everybody. Pay attention, everything is your teacher. So we want to be on this pathway toward peace.
Say that one more time. Please say that one more time. Everyone is your what?
Pay attention, everything is your teacher.
Mm.
Everything is teaching you, man. Whether we want to accept it or not. That's the laws of the universe. That's the law. Everything is teaching us, man. Because when you deal with the universe, you're thinking uno verse, which means one, and everything, many from one or one from many. But it's observatory, which means we're observing things, we're learning. I've said that we're born to contend with an environment that we knew nothing about. That's what we're contending with. But somehow or another, some misuse it once again. How can someone, I ain't down playing it, all right. You do words. We call this here, right? Life what? Insurance. How the fuck you gonna have to pay for life insurance?
Isn't that crazy?
You know what I'm saying?
That's where
Somebody playing with our minds, man.
And they're doing a damn good job.
Yeah, man. Everything in this whole shit, that's how foolish we are. That's how manipulated. Somebody got to be a devil. Whoever come up with stuff like that, and you got agents walking around acting like it. Ain't no strength in them. This whole universe is a utility.
That's crazy. Insurance provider.
This you got sun, the light, and water comes from in there. It's a utility. So now you say, well, what are we going to do about it? Listen, all we're trying to do is what? Learn how to coexist, man. We don't want no trouble, man. So we make the necessary adjustments. It don't mean that we ain't aware of it. How can somebody be worth more dead than alive? Who comes up with this stuff? Huh?
$50,000 policy, $100,000 policy.
Who comes up with the term minimum wage? Who comes up with that? They giving you a minimum.
Of what you work. Your time work.
Your value is unlimited, man. Nobody wants to. You don't hear too many people talking about it, do you? Huh? If they ain't talking about it, they're gonna be muzzled out.
Quick.
That's why I say, a lot of companies promise this and promise that, but and yeah, it's used doing all their work. It's used they're selling products or whatever. That's no good.
Yeah, because what they do, they offer you what they call false hope.
Manipulate.
Yeah. They offer you false hope, which means they promise you something that they're unable to what? To come through on. And when they promise something they're able to come through on, that creates a fatality. Fatality is a war. And when someone is offering you false hope and unable to offer you something, unable to come through on, not only creates fatality, but you're always thinking the worst about every goddamn thing.
Everybody just got
becomes very extreme, then it becomes you against the world. But you know, there are pockets in this place in which we live where people are really helping and assisting and getting along and at peace with one another. This that some of us probably haven't came across them. That's the deal. You know what I'm saying? That means our inner circle is what? It's small. And when your inner circle is small, I would say, when your inner circle is small, your mind becomes small. You become narrow-minded. You become closed-minded. And when you become closed-minded, you imprison yourself. So the way to do that now, to try to get out of that, that says you got to realize you ain't, when you're free is that you ain't, you don't live trying to impress no one. That's free. That's being free. But you look at certain, you read some books. The books will take you somewhere. That's a tool that opens your mind. You sit back, and you may sit back and drink a cup of coffee and think about some things. Huh? That helps, to calm and open up your mind. You may sit back, reflect and meditate. You may have a little daughter or a wife or whatever child, I don't know what you have, but that could help, open up your mind. Because you want to be on the pathway toward peace. Well, we're no threat to one another. Huh? We're not going to harm one another. We're not going to endanger one another. That's why I always say that society is suffering from SDLD, a social disorder learning disability. And you heard it from me. Let them come. I'm telling you what I know. A social disorder learning disability. So, then they said the road told us about it. That's what they put here. I ain't put that there. I'm just dissecting what they say. All I know, animals survive. Humans live. Huh? Darwinism theory, only the strong survive. You put the big fish and the little fish and the big fish while the big ship. Why everything got to be equated to an animal? Huh? We're human beings. We want to live. We don't just want to survive. You got scarcity. If you got this little bit of that, and I don't have much as you have, that means I don't have much as you have. So I'm gonna go rob a bank. I'm gonna take a bank. I'm gonna take something from you now, huh?
It's like somebody, we all want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die.
Man, you want it, and you want it.
You ain't going nowhere until you get it.
You get. Let's reverse that. Now, why was you saying that? I've learned that heaven and hell is a state of conditions. That's what I learned. And when you broke as hell. When you're angry as hell, huh? These are conditions. Heaven is an elevated state of mind. Now, back to what you said now. Let's reverse that now. Why do you think we're here? We're here to learn how to coexist with one another. Can I prove it? Yeah. Let me prove it. We develop some morals. When you're sitting at the table, you're sharing what? Food. You're learning how to do what? Coexist with one another. When you are in a family gathering, you're learning how to do what? Coexist with one another. That's what we're here to learn to do. But yet, have we learned that? Dr. King says a man have not begun to live if he's concerned for his individual self rather than for the collective. He has not begun to live. Huh? We may take what this man did lightly and say, crazy you do. That's a serious brother, man. I just wish he would have stayed in preaching. That's all. His life would have been longer. And look what happened. He stood up. And no one else was stood up and wound up getting assassinated. Because he was changing the minds of people. He was bringing heaven on earth, the kingdom. That's what he was doing. That's exactly what he was doing. Because we live in the world of a what? Of abundance, man. Everything we got is his need.
Then some.
Look at it. You can't say, I don't care what nobody say, murder is murder and you create a military and all that other stuff. And actually they say when taxes begin, when Lincoln taxed the people, individual taxes in order to support the war. Huh? So, you look at what's going on over the world. I mean, the guys over there, how can you just kill people, man, just kill them, over in Ukraine? How can you do that? Find people houses. How can you do that? Who does that, man? Somebody is sick, man. Sick, man. People are sick. I ain't just saying, I'm just not isolating the brother. I'm just saying people do things and they justify it in the name of saying, oh, man, we're trying to create peace. How you going to create peace when you're at war?
Killing kids.
Yeah, I'm not down. I'm just saying, I'm just dealing with that as a mindset. That's wrong. So now what is happening now? You got these little small little devils, little agents going around acting silly. Huh? That's all. You see them every day. They think they doing something that James Brown would say, talking loud and saying nothing, just like a dull knife just ain't cutting. What are they doing? They just playing games, man. This is not a game for me, man. And the way to prevent anyone trying to move forward is they attack them economically. They attack them economically. Yeah, prevent you from moving forward. So, we want to try to overcome stumbling blocks. Stumbling blocks. Things that may get in our way. They help us trip, help us fall. It could be our feelings. It could be our emotions. It could be our attitude. It could be our thought. It could be what we're saying to ourselves. It could be our action. Stumbling blocks that get in our way. And then, the last mistake that I made is the last mistake that I learned from. You learn from your what? Your mistakes. So ain't no use of lying to yourself. Huh? You learn from your mistake, which means whatever it is that's going on in your life, don't be in denial of it, man. Man, we all have our struggles. I most definitely got quite a few of them. And I'm constantly trying to work on it. I'm trying to work on being better rather than being bitter. Just think about it when we opened up with the conversation earlier. Just think about it. You shared what you said. Now just think what I just shared with you because I gave them the information. You see what I'm saying, brother? I just shared it with you. And I gave you the information that you need. I'm fulfilling my task, my job, so to speak. I'm fulfilling it.
Your destiny.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. The brother there starts sharing some good things about what is shared. I'm helping. And listen, what is he doing? He's sharing it with others. What is he doing? He's expanding or extending what? The community. That's what he's doing. Because he realized that community is important to him. Huh? He also knows that this is important to him. Why? Because if not, he wouldn't have shared that with his what? Family.